Our story begins in Edo, the heart of old Japan, way back in 1772. This was a time when the city was thriving, a bustling hub of culture, commerce, and tradition. The streets were alive with the clatter of wooden sandals and the murmur of people going about their daily lives. The air was filled with the scent of street food and the distant sound of merchants calling out their wares. Imagine samurai walking the streets, their swords at their sides, embodying the strict code of Bushido. These warriors were both feared and respected, symbols of honor and discipline. The common folk would bow their heads in deference as they passed, a reminder of the rigid social hierarchy that governed their lives. It was a busy city with markets and tea houses. The markets were a riot of color and noise, with vendors selling everything from fresh fish to fine silks. Tea houses were places of relaxation and socialization where people could escape the pressures of daily life for a while. Yet beneath this vibrant surface there were darker undercurrents, but hidden in the shadows something scary was happening. The narrow alleyways and dimly lit streets were often the scenes of secret meetings and sinister deeds. It was in these shadowy corners that the darker side of Edo life thrived, away from the prying eyes of the authorities. This is where the legend of Yotsuya Kaidan begins, a chilling tale of betrayal, revenge, and a ghost who wouldn't rest. The story of Oiwa and her tragic fate has been passed down through generations, a haunting reminder of the consequences of deceit and cruelty. Her spirit, it is said, still roams the streets of Edo, seeking justice for the wrongs done to her. Life in Edo was a mix of good and bad. For many, it was a time of opportunity and prosperity, but for others, it was a struggle to survive. The city was a place of contrasts, where the rich and powerful lived in luxury, while the poor and downtrodden fought to make ends meet. It was a colorful place, but life was hard, especially if you weren't rich or powerful. The gap between the haves and the have-nots was stark, and for those on the lower rungs of society, life could be incredibly harsh. The vibrant streets and lively markets often masked the struggles of those who lived in poverty. For a young woman like Oiwa, life wasn't easy. She was caught in a web of societal expectations and personal hardships. Her story is one of love and betrayal, of dreams shattered and hopes dashed. In a world where women had little power or agency, Oiwa's plight was all too common. She didn't know a terrible fate awaited her. As she navigated the complexities of her life, she was unaware of the dark forces conspiring against her. Her story serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of the human spirit, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. Oiwa was kind and beautiful, a truly good person. She lived a simple life. Then she met Iemon, a handsome samurai. Oiwa fell in love and they got married. At first they were happy. Oiwa trusted Iemon completely, dreaming of a wonderful life together. But their happiness didn't last. Iemon wanted more power and money, things Oiwa couldn't give him. Secretly, Iemon started planning something terrible. Something that would destroy Oiwa's world and unleash a terrifying revenge. A rich and powerful man named Kihei Ito wanted Oiwa for himself. He and Iemon made a plan to get rid of her. Iemon, blinded by greed, agreed to betray his wife. He let evil take over his heart. Oiwa, unaware of the danger, still loved Iemon. She was completely loyal, not knowing her husband had become her enemy. A terrible tragedy was about to happen. Iemon gave Oiwa a poisoned gift, a cream for her face. He pretended to love her, but his heart was cold. Oiwa used the cream, and terrible pain shot through her body. The poison ruined her beauty, leaving her scarred. When she looked in the mirror, she saw a monster. She finally understood Iemon's betrayal. The pain of his betrayal was worse than the pain of the poison. Heartbroken, Oiwa took her own life. But her story wasn't over. She became a vengeful ghost, filled with rage. She wanted to make Iemon and everyone who hurt her pay. She found no peace after death. only a burning desire for revenge. The poison and the betrayal twisted her spirit, making her a terrifying force. She was no longer a loving wife, but a scary ghost, bringing chilling winds and icy fear wherever she went. Oiwa's anger haunted Iemon. Everywhere he looked, he saw her disfigured face. She appeared in mirrors and shadows, driving him crazy. His dreams became nightmares. The curse spread to others who hurt Oiwa. One by one, they died in terrible ways. Oiwa's rage was unstoppable. Her story became a warning. Betrayal and injustice never go unpunished. The scary story of Yotsuya Kaidan became famous in Japan. This tale of horror and revenge has been a staple of Japanese culture for centuries, captivating audiences with its chilling narrative and unforgettable characters. Originating as a kabuki play in the Edo period, it quickly became a sensation, drawing crowds eager to witness the haunting tale unfold on stage. It was performed in theaters and later made into movies, scaring and exciting people for generations. The transition from stage to screen only amplified its reach, allowing the eerie story to be experienced by even more people. The black and white films, with their grainy textures and haunting soundtracks, added a new layer of fear, making the ghostly apparitions and tragic events even more terrifying. The story teaches us about greed, betrayal, and broken trust. At its core, Yotsuya Kaidan is a cautionary tale, warning of the dire consequences that come from deceit and treachery. The characters' actions, driven by selfish desires and malicious intent, lead to their ultimate downfall, serving as a grim reminder of the destructive power of human vices. Oiwa's story touched many people, especially women who saw her as a symbol of strength. Despite her tragic fate, Oiwa's spirit endures, embodying resilience and the quest for justice. Her transformation from a wronged woman to a vengeful ghost resonates deeply, inspiring countless retellings and adaptations. Women in particular find a powerful figure in Oiwa, seeing her as a beacon of strength in the face of adversity. Her story became a legend, whispered around campfires and told to children. The tale of Oiwa transcended its origins, becoming a part of folklore and oral tradition. Around campfires and in dimly lit rooms, the story is passed down from generation to generation, each retelling adding to its mystique and horror. Children listen with wide eyes, captivated by the eerie tale, while adults share knowing glances, remembering the chills they felt when they first heard it. People weren't just afraid of the ghost, they were afraid of what happens when people are bad. The fear that Yotsuya Kaidan instills goes beyond the supernatural. It taps into a deeper, more primal fear of moral corruption and its consequences. The ghost of Oiwa serves as a haunting reminder of the repercussions of one's actions, making the story not just a tale of terror, but a moral lesson that continues to resonate through the ages. Even today, people remember Oiwa. There's a shrine for her in Tokyo. People visit to show respect, hoping she will help them or that she won't hurt them. Actors and filmmakers, especially those who make movies about Yotsuya Kaidan, visit the shrine to ask for her blessing. They hope she won't curse them. People both fear and respect Oiwa, showing how powerful her story is. Yotsuya Kaidan is a popular story because it shows the bad things people can do. This classic tale from Japan has been passed down through generations, captivating audiences with its chilling narrative and moral lessons. The story revolves around the tragic figure of Oiwa, a woman who suffers immense betrayal and seeks vengeance from beyond the grave. Her tale is not just a ghost story, it is a reflection of human nature and the consequences of our actions. It shows how terrible betrayal can be and the fight between good and evil. The characters in Yotsuya Kaidan are complex, each driven by their own desires and fears. The story delves deep into the psyche of its characters, revealing the darkness that can reside within the human heart. The betrayal that Oiwa experiences is not just personal, it is a symbol of the larger battle between righteousness and malevolence. Oiwa's story is understood by people all over the world. Her haunting presence and tragic fate resonate with audiences far beyond Japan. The universal themes of love, betrayal and revenge make her story timeless. Oiwa's ghostly figure with her disheveled hair and sorrowful eyes has become an iconic image in the world of ghost stories. Her tale serves as a reminder of the pain that betrayal can cause and the lengths to which one might go to seek justice. It reminds us that our actions matter even after we die. The story of Oiwa is a powerful testament to the idea that our deeds have lasting consequences. The spirits and shadows that haunt the narrative are not just figments of imagination, they are manifestations of the unresolved issues and emotions that linger long after death. The graveyard scenes, with their eerie atmosphere, underscore the somber reflection on life and the afterlife. As long as people tell stories, Oiwa's ghost will live on. The tradition of storytelling is a powerful one, keeping legends and myths alive through the ages. Around campfires and in hushed gatherings, the tale of Oiwa is recounted, each retelling adding to her legend. The ancient scrolls and illustrations that depict her story are a testament to the enduring nature of folklore. Through these stories, Oiwa's spirit continues to haunt and warn those who hear her tale. Her story is a warning from beyond the grave. Even in death, betrayal and injustice will be avenged. The chilling scenes of Oiwa's revenge serve as a stark reminder that the wrongs we commit can come back to haunt us. Her ghostly figure, seeking vengeance, is a powerful symbol of the idea that justice transcends the boundaries of life and death. The eerie graveyard and haunting poses of Oiwa's ghost emphasize the gravity of her warning, making it clear that betrayal and injustice will not go unpunished.